The recent heated exchange between U.S. President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky at the White House has sent shockwaves through international diplomacy. What was supposed to be a routine minerals deal signing turned into a public dispute that laid bare tensions over U.S. support for Ukraine and the future of the war with Russia. Trump's direct warning to Zelensky, either negotiate with Russia or risk losing American backing, marks a potential shift in U.S. foreign policy. The fallout from this meeting could have far-reaching consequences, not just for Ukraine but for U.S.-European alliances, global power dynamics, and even the 2024 U.S. elections. Let's break down the key aspects of this diplomatic clash. 1. Diplomatic implications. This public clash between Trump and Zelensky highlights a significant shift in U.S.-Ukraine relations. Under previous U.S. administrations, Ukraine had been assured of long-term military and economic support against Russian aggression. However, Trump's confrontational stance suggests a pivot towards a more transactional, results-oriented diplomacy. If Trump conditions U.S. aid on Ukraine's willingness to negotiate with Russia, it could weaken Kyiv's bargaining position and embolden Moscow. For other U.S. allies, especially in Europe, this raises concerns about Washington's commitment to NATO and global security stability. 2. Political divisions in the U.S. The partisan reactions to this meeting underscore how Ukraine policy remains a deeply divisive issue in U.S. politics. Republicans, especially the Trump-aligned faction, appear to be leaning toward reducing U.S. involvement, while Democrats largely support continued aid to Kyiv. Trump's approach aligns with his broader, America First, philosophy, which prioritizes domestic interests over foreign entanglements. This division may shape U.S. foreign policy debates ahead of the 2024 election, with potential implications for future military and financial support to Ukraine. 3. Impact on Ukraine's position. For Ukraine, this diplomatic episode reinforces the challenge of maintaining Western support amid war fatigue. Zelensky, who has consistently pushed for an uncompromising stance against Russia, risks losing a key ally if the U.S. decides to pull back. His insistence on no compromises aligns with Ukraine's existential struggle, but puts him at odds with Trump's more pragmatic approach to ending the conflict. If U.S. support diminishes, Ukraine may have to seek alternative strategies, such as increased reliance on European allies or deepening cooperation with other global partners. 4. Russia's strategic gains. Moscow stands to benefit from this rift. A weakened U.S.-Ukraine relationship could give Russia more leverage in any future negotiations, as Trump's comments suggest a potential softening of Washington's stance. The Russian government's restrained reaction, praising Trump and Vance for their restraint, indicates that the Kremlin sees this as an opportunity to pressure Ukraine into making concessions. If Trump follows through on his hints at reducing support, it could shift the battlefield dynamics in Russia's favor. 5. Global perception and alliances. International reactions to this dispute highlight growing concerns about U.S. reliability as an ally. European leaders, particularly in the UK, France, and Germany, have reaffirmed their commitment to Ukraine, possibly signaling that they may need to take on a greater share of the support burden. Trump's approach could push Europe to strengthen its own defense capabilities and become less dependent on U.S. leadership. Meanwhile, adversaries like China may view this as a sign of declining Western unity, influencing their own geopolitical calculations, particularly regarding Taiwan. Final thoughts. This meeting marks a potential turning point in U.S.-Ukraine relations and the broader Western stance on the war. Trump's demand for diplomacy and his suggestion that U.S. support is conditional on Kyiv's willingness to negotiate represent a major departure from previous policies. If this approach continues, it could reshape the conflict, weaken Ukraine's hand, and alter global power dynamics. However, it also reflects the political reality in Washington, where prolonged military aid without clear results is becoming harder to justify. If you want more sharp, balanced, and insightful political analysis, subscribe now and stay informed about the latest developments shaping our world.